the year to bloom, the year for harvest, the year for exotic peppers. So I want you to come along with me this year and join me in growing peppers. I am Donna and I'll be growing a lot of peppers this year. So every video you'll see me saying, come with me, let us grow, let us harvest, let us soar, let us pivot, let us inspire, let us be gracious, let us give thanks. DW Garden, like, share, and subscribe. People keep asking me the same question over and over again. How do I grow this many peppers in the UK? No greenhouse, no fancy farm, just a few simple methods that most people overlook. Today, I'm showing you exactly how I do it from seed to harvest and what you need to start the initial process. So if you've never planted pepper seeds before and you end up with weak plants or no peppers at all, this is the video for you. Welcome to my DW garden. By now, you would have shown some form of interest in planting, sowing, or growing peppers in your garden or in containers. So you would have already got your seeds to buy the expensive pepper plants, because they can be very expensive, is to recycle your seeds. So if you get a nice pepper and it smells good, you can always dry the seeds. What I've done here, I've taken the seeds out of a few of my exotic peppers, some of my favorite peppers as well. And you know, if you look at this one, this is a tomato pepper. It carries a lot of seeds. Whether you save your own seeds from last year, or from if you buy a pepper from the store or someone give you a pepper, you would store these. You would keep them in a dry place and store them so you can plant them. Equally, you can buy from the shop, mail order, garden centers, wherever you buy your plants, and you can store your seeds in tiny envelopes in a dry place. Or you may, make sure, say you have one little, where's my pan? Right, make sure you have a little shot pan where you keep all your seeds and everything all labeled and stuck away for when you need them. It is very essential. So today we're talking about the essentials that you will need to grow your peppers and get thousands and hundreds of thousands of peppers like what I harvested in my garden this year. So I am preparing you now for next year, so you might even outdo me. Nothing is wrong with that, but I want you to sit back, relax, and listen carefully to everything that you may need to start your pepper garden. And if there's anything that I miss, I will put it in the description box, right? Because I'm not perfect, okay? So let me put back my shot pan over here. So one of the first, you need the seeds, so that's out of the way. You have your seeds already. The next thing that you're going to need is your compost. Definitely the compost that I use, I will show you which one I use as well, because I had 100% germination for my plants last year. I keep saying last year because I'm almost in the new year. I had 100% germination, and that's why I have hundreds and thousands of peppers. This is the type of soil that you require to start your seedlings with, or one of the things that you need to add to your list of necessary things to get for starting off any gardener, any seedlings or peppers, whatever. So but I would suggest that you put it in a tub. It's easier to access. And this is called Durston's the Durston seed and cutting compost. So this is one of the compost that gave me, this is actually the compost that gave me 100% germination rate when I was doing all my peppers. You see how much I had thousands of peppers? This is the compost that gave me that germination rate. Let me show you the bag. Durston's seed and cotton compost. Very, very good. Add that to your list of things to get to prepare for any gardening or any seedlings at all. So one of the next thing that you need is seed tray. And the reason why I kept the label on here is to show you the cells. It has a lot of cells in there, so you can purchase these at your local garden centers. And to be honest, when you use these, you dispose of them because they're very flimsy. And that's why I bought these, so I don't have to pile up with a lot of seed trays. So once you use these, so these are very ideal seed cell, and you get at least 36 cells here. So it is enough to start your plants. And when you buy, you get 3 in the pack. But you need a propagator. And what I mean by a propagator, so this seed tray will sit in a propagator. So you have heated propagator and your propagator that basically you just use to cover the seeds. So that's one of the things that you need. So this now you will definitely need, before I get on, let me show you this one. This is a mini one for someone who is starting off their seed. This is a mini propagator. This is what we call a propagator. So if you, and this can sit neatly on your windowsill, in your bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, wherever the sun comes in. So this is the lid. So on the lid, it has ventilation because you definitely would need air. Plants need air to grow. So, and it rotates so you can move that around. So you take the lid off, right? And in here is the tray. So that's your tray to fill with all your compost. And then this is the bottom tray, so you can water from the bottom. So it sits here and it prevents mess. So you don't have to worry about anything leaking out at the bottom because it sits in this tray. So take a good look at this one. This is your little propagator, your seed tray. But this is a bigger one. I'll show you, let me show you. So I've got a bigger one here. These are the inserts. Right, so these are the inserts, so you won't need to reuse them. You can throw them away. So as you see, I've got the inserts here, and I think I should have a better one to show you. So let me get a better one. Hold on. Right, so here is a better explanation or a better demonstration, which is for the insert. So here, as I said, it's very flimsy, so I'll lift that up. Hold on, if I can lift it up. Right. So these are called the inserts. But you see, this is a better insert, which is really firm. And so for the time being, what I did, I put these inside here. You know, you got the little cheap ones, them. So you never had a little cheap one. So right, okay. That's okay. Oh my gosh. That's it. So I've got mess there on my hand, but never mind. Right, so this looks much firmer. I can hold that. But then remember, I have this sitting in a tray as well. So these are actually what I'm growing. You can see my seedlings starting to sprout there. Let me get this out of the way. As I said, so these are the inserts that you need, and you'll need your tray. So this is a tray, and you put the inserts in this tray, and it basically sits on your heated mat. So this is just show you that I've already started my seeds, but we'll get on another video about that. We're not going to go into the sprouting segment of anything as yet. We're talking about the essentials that you need. So we cover the inserts, we cover the tray. You need a lid to cover your trays. Yeah, this is perfect. So here we go. So this is perfect. So once you've filled your tray with the compost, and you put it in another tray for security, you cover with this, see that, with that lid. So you're going to need a lid definitely, and that helps to lock the moisture in. So remember, if you have it in under the heated mat and you have the grow lights, it will tend to dry out, so you want to ensure that you have the lid. And on that note, before we forget, you will definitely need a spray bottle, and that helps to keep the plants, the seedlings, really moist. So you'll just spray, definitely make sure, but don't soak. You don't want your seedlings to be oversaturated. So that's another thing. You need a watering can, but I did not bring that in because I don't think we're ready for watering cans as yet. Now is the time for your spray bottle. So let's get this out the way. So you've got your tray, your propagator, your cover, and when you're doing your seeds, you can just use a little tip of the pen and just stick it in. But then you definitely need like a dibber to help put the seeds in the earth. Right, okay, another thing that you need, so we talk about the seeds already, so we get that out of the way. One of the most essential thing is, if you're indoors, remember peppers love heat. Them like shade and coolness and whatever, but to start your peppers off, you definitely need to invest in, guess what, a heated mat. And these you can get from Amazon. I bought these. I can put the link in the bottom so you can see where to get them. So these are the which one is this one? This is the NB, and I got a few of them. So that has the heating element inside, and it helps to keep it at a nominal temperature so your seedlings can germinate and you get nice peppers growing. So remember to have your plugs close by as well, or extension cord. That is essential. And gardening gloves is a must. If you know, it's because sometimes you don't want your hands to be messed up, but if you don't have gardening gloves, you can just use a normal gloves and disposable gloves and just get rid of them. But I think with these ones, they break quite easy, so watch out for that. Okay, a temperature gauge, you can have that inside wherever you have your plants, because in my case I'll have it in a grow tent, and I'll keep that close by so it can ensure that the temperature is not too high for the plants, for the seedlings. Another thing, the most important thing is sunshine. But we don't have sunshine here, do we? No. So the alternative is to use a grow light. Here's a grow light. So you can look on Amazon. I can put the link in the description box as well. So for your grow light. So, and it comes with instructions. So when you're using it, it tells you the stages, the different lights that are required. Right, what else do we need? Okay. So while I'm busy sorting out the lights, let me correct myself by saying that we don't get sunshine here. What I mean is that we don't have that tropical weather and that full-blown sunshine in autumn. So we have to start the seeds ahead of time until spring, summer sets in. Then we can bring the plants out. Right, so the light is most essential. So remember, plants grow in the dark. But when the seedlings are bursting out through the soil, it's coming up. And it's looking where the light is. It's coming up, and wherever the sunshine, if it's east, it turns there. If it's here, it turns there, wherever the light is. So, and it helps to build the plant from the incept. So the energy it gives it, so it needs light. You don't want your pepper to be lanky. I mean, if you have a look on these, have a look. You see these ones? Look, they've just burst out of their out of the soil, and look how beautiful they look. They are gorgeous. Essential light is energy for your plants. Have a great look. Have a deep look. I'll put the camera over so you can see all this. This is basically just a week after sowing these, they have germinated because they've got good light. So this is why I'm saying when it doesn't have light, it becomes lanky and it just grow. So you start reaching for the sky wherever the light. So you find, and then that is not good because you can't plant that. You cannot use it. You just have to get rid of that. So this is the light that you use. As I said, let me show you. So it starts off with this light. So you start off with that, and that will either you have it like this over the plant. So you remember the plants grow up. So you'll have it over your plants like that. And if it stays like that, at least it's getting the light. Right, and then it goes through another phase. You see, so it goes through a few phases. Hold on. And it goes through another. So there is, when it's bloom, the vegetation state, and when it's blooming and flowering. So it's different stages. There's a list here where it tells you, you know, when the veg stage, the bloom stage, and when it needs to be all on. So you get that with your grow light. If you purchase that, you'll get that, and it gives you step by step. So everything is there for you to learn how to grow your plants, you know, and it is the best option, the grow light. Once you invested in this, you never want to change. Let us recap on a few things that we've gone through. The heated mat for quick growth, definitely, and the compost that you want is, you know, a nice soft fine compost so the seeds can come through easily. You get your dibber to put your seeds in, your spray can to keep the soil moist. You have your gloves to help, and this, you keep this at a nominal temperature. I'll put more in the description box. Your grow light for energy and strength so it doesn't get leggy. And what else, you know, save your seeds. I'll show you the compost that I use, right? And invest in some cups, because remember, you'll be definitely need to be potting on, and we talk about that in another video. So keep tuned. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you love growing your Scotch bonnet peppers, any form of peppers, definitely, you know, this is a season. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'll show you step by step how from seed to harvest. This, remember, I harvested thousands of peppers. So who's best to tell you but myself? And if I show you, remember, did I say you're gonna need labels? Yes, I mentioned labels, definitely. So you see, I have labels here, and this is I started these in November. So you see, I've got some gungo peas there, and I've got some Scotch bonnet peppers. So I am on my way, and I sure will be getting hundreds and thousands more peppers this year. This was only done on the 29th of November, and look at it. So I'm on my way. So I'm just showing you all the essentials that you need. If there's anything that I left out, I'll put it in the description box, and then if not, I'll cover it in another video. But you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of me with peppers, germination, seed germination, and potting on. You'll hear more about that, right? So happy growing. You take care now. Lots of love. Peppers. This is a ghost pepper. I've got the Joe's long. Whole heap of different peppers growing. I'm just giving you a little snip because probably you guys don't get to see a lot. I'm just showing you the potential that everyone has to grow whatever they need to grow in their garden. Habaneros, tomato peppers, so much. There's a lot of varieties of peppers, and this one catch my eye this morning. Now look at the shape of it. It's like a tam. You see, it's not this. Look at the long one here, and it curls at the bottom. This is one another pudding pan, basket, bowl. I have bowl, I have pudding pan, I have, look, I can't even hold it. Pudding pan, basket, bowl, look there, pepper, on top of pepper.